Okay. So, right. So we're doing poems tonight. So let Bill know if you're going to, if you have a poem, and he will insert you in between.
Or a song, you can sing.
Or
You
a
can sing
song.
a poem.
Or a song. But there's some people that wanted to do, that haven't been up here who want to do poems. It's their chance. And we're going to do this again next week. So we'll have 2 weeks in a row that we can do this. And of course, we can always insert poems, always at our jams.
We do.
Because I guess we could call it a lyrical poem. Many of the songs that I know that Halfway Home, my group does, are really like lyrical poems. You know, you could actually recite them. And I'm going to do one next week, Buckaroo Waltz, which is in D. Strickland Johnson's Book of Poetry. So I'm going to do a little bit of the music of it, but I'm going to recite it as a poem. This one I'm going to open with is by Linda Thompson, who is a British singer-songwriter. And this one is also very, very lyrical. It tells a beautiful story. You could actually just recite it, you know, but it's a waltz. It's got a nice little melody to it also. I'm going to try. Usually I just do the harmony on this. So I changed it to the key of G. Key of G, George. And we'll see if we can do it. He came in the ballroom, just a crazy old man. His eyes seemed to glaze in the light. Just some old hawker, to judge by his rags, come in from the cold of the night. And the whole room was dancing, it paid him no mind, as he slipped to the bar and said, "Please be so kind." And the music kept ringing in the back of his mind, no telling what a love song will do. As the queen of the ballroom sang a favorite song, he stood with a glass in his hand. He was weary of living the days of his life, and tonight was the last he could stand. He shut out the future, he shut out the past, and even the present was running out fast. As the queen of the ballroom said, "Make this the last, no telling what a love song will do." For the very last time, he trembled as he stood there alone. And the pain he was holding inside for so long just fell from his heart and was gone. It was only a love song, simple and clear, and he vowed as it shook him with every last tear. And he cried from relief, and he cried half from fear, no telling what a love song will do. Now the queen of the ballroom still glitters something they put in the wine, but her beauty refuses to fade. I think she got married to a stranger, they say, just a crazy old man who came passing one day. And the whole town still dances and the music still plays. No telling what a love song will do. No telling what a love song will do. Thank you.
Nice. Okay, who's first? I guess Robert's first. Where's our music stand?
It's right over here.
Oh.
Since you like to play it, we'll go San Francisco Bay Blues in the key of C. Charlie.
Okay. In the key of C.
Just stand back and
Okay. And
just pick it up.
I'll go halfway through, and then you can take it from the top.
Okay.
Back through the first half,
Whatever you say.
and then I'll finish it. Okay. Am I the right distance?
Key C.
Excuse me. I got the blues from my baby living by the San Francisco Bay. Ocean liners not so far away. I didn't mean to treat her so bad. She was the best girl I ever had. I said goodbye, I can take a cry. I wanna lay down and die now. I ain't got a nickel, I ain't got a lousy dime. She don't come back, I ain't gonna lose my mind. If I ever get back to stay, it's gonna be another brand new day. Walking with my baby down by the San Francisco Bay. From the top. Sitting down looking at the tobacco, I wondered which way to go. A woman I'm so crazy about, she don't love me no more. I think I'll catch me a freight train, because I'm feeling blue. Ride it all the way to the end of the line, thinking only of you. Meanwhile living in the city, I just about to go insane. All I heard, my baby Lord, wishing you would call my name. If I ever get back to the state, it's gonna be another brand new day. Walking with my baby down by the San Francisco Bay. Hey, walking with my baby down by the San Francisco Bay.
Okay, Benny Perez. Get Donnie up there.
Testing. Is that good there? Okay. Must be like here, see?
C.
Okay, I guess I'll sing you a sad song. Don't look so sad. I know it's over. My life goes on, and this whole world on turning. Let's just be glad we had some time to spend together. There's no need to watch the bridges that were burning. Lay your head upon my pillow. Hold your warm and tender body close to mine. Hear the whisper of the raindrops blowing soft against the window and make believe you love me one more time for the good time. I'll get along, you'll find another, but I'll be here if you should find you ever need me. Don't say a word about tomorrow or forever. There'll be time enough for sadness when you leave. Lay your head upon my pillow. Hold your warm and tender body close to mine. Hear the whisper of the raindrops blowing soft against the window and make believe you love me one more time for the good time, for the good time. Thank you.
Go to this, go to that one. This is the right height for you.
Okay. All right, how many of you have ever been to Mount Rushmore? Anybody? Have ever been? Well, I've never been there, but I've seen pictures of it. And I've got a poem I call Mount Rushmore. As famous faces stare across the pines and fleecy clouds across the heavens soar, friendly people gaze upon the beauty of the sculptured cliffs at Mount Rushmore. Washington, I wonder what you're thinking. Do I detect a look of sorrow there? Of sadness for the world of empty people who have long forgotten how to care? And Jefferson, what makes you look so pensive? Do you see a world of war and strife? Or is it just a look of silent wonder for the inconsistencies of life? Mr. Lincoln, is it disappointment in our stubborn prejudice of race which creates in you that pained expression and causes you to stare so into space? Mr. Roosevelt, you loved the beauty of our land and advocated conservation. Yet we still ignore the danger signals, warning of our nation's desecration. Do you sometimes wonder if your efforts were a useless exercise for naught? Was it just a futile undertaking, all the caution and the lessons that you taught? Perhaps today it really seems that way, but if you pause and look around again, you'll find a world of caring and compassion, and all the work you did was not in vain.
Okay, Dave.
Let's see. I think it's got to go a little higher. There we go. That's one. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Okay. It's nice. I don't have to plug in.
It's really coming through.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, this one is, there's about 9 different versions of this song, one for Australia, about 6 for the US, one for the UK. It's called I've Been Everywhere. They're all different versions. This is the common version that most people have heard that Johnny Cash did and several other people have done. I've Been Everywhere.
Key of C.
Yeah, right. Key of C. I was toting my pack along the dusty Winnemucca Road. Wait, sorry. Let's do it in the key of D.
Key D dog.
D dog. Okay, that's better. I was toting my pack along the dusty Winnemucca Road when along came a semi with a high-end canvas covered load. If you're going to Winnemucca Mac, with me you can ride. So I climbed up in the cab and I settled down inside. He asked me if I'd seen a road with so much dust and sand, and I said, listen Mac, I've traveled every road in this here land, 'cause I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts bare, man. I've breathed the mountain air, man. Of travel I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. Been to Reno, Fargo, Chicago, Minnesota, Buffalo, Toronto, Winslow, Sarasota, Phoenix, Tulsa, Ottawa, Oklahoma, Tampa, Panama, Mattawa, Paloma, Bangor, Baltimore, Salvador, Amarillo, Tocopilla, Pocatello, Amperdilla. I'm a killer. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts bare, man. I've breathed the mountain air, man. Of travel I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. Been to Boston, Charleston, Dayton, Louisiana, Washington, Houston, Kingston, Texarkana, Monterey, Faraday, Santa Fe, Tallapoosa, Glen Rock, Black Rock, Little Rock, Oskaloosa, Tennessee, Chicopee, Spirit Lake, Grand Lake, Devil's Lake, Crater Lake. For Pete's sake, I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts bare, man. I've breathed that mountain air. Man, of travel I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. Been to Louisville, Nashville, Knoxville, Opelika, Cherville, Jacksonville, Waterville, Costa Rica, Richfield, Springfield, Bakersfield, Shreveport, Hackensack, Cadillac, Fond du Lac, Davenport, Idaho, Jellicoe, Argentina, Diamondina, Catalina, Quarantina. See what I mean? I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Across the desert bare, man, I breathe that mountain air, man. Of travel I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. Been to Pittsburgh, Parkersburg, Ravensburg, Colorado, Ellsburg, Rexburg, Vicksburg, Eldorado, Larimore, Asmore, Haverstraw, Chaska, Nebraska, Alaska, Opelika, Baraboo, Waterloo, Kalamazoo, Kansas City, Sioux City, Cedar City, Dodge City. What a pity! I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts bare, man. I've breathed that mountain air, man. Of travel I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. Travel I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. Whew. That is a mouthful. Thank you. Yeah, you have to really get in shape to do this.
Bill knows it, right? That's why I'm sitting down.
Yeah, thanks.
Heard it.
No notes?
Key of G.
Okay, G, George.
Not a chord to be found there. Okay. Key of G.
Key, G, George.
Okay, this is called The Lover's Waltz by Jay Unger. He's the one who also did Shook and Farewell. Oh, this is too tight. Are you going to join me? I don't know, it keeps getting tighter, doesn't it? I know. The temperature affects the hairs on the bow. Okay. The name of this is The Lover's Waltz by Jay Unger. Thank you. Thank you, Barbara.
Very nice.
Ken McGee. It'll be the first time he did a poem with us.
Yes, it is.
Yes. An Arizona poet once said, if you leave a book of poetry on a park bench and come back in a month, it's still there. That's what he said. This is called Crazy Daisy, and all my poems have to do with food. And the poison pizza repast. Crazy Daisy went to the door. It was the pizza man whom she couldn't ignore. He wore a paper hat and a bushy mustache and held out his hand to accept Daisy's cash. He then handed her a big pepperoni And she paid him and said, "Thanks a lot, Coney." Daisy carried the pizza to the dining room table and gave the first piece to her mother, Mabel. The family was starving. They were famished for sure, and they felt a fine pizza would serve as the cure. So they gobbled up the pizza and left not a crumb. They all sat around, although like they were deaf and dumb. The kids thought the pizza was the worst they'd ever had. There was no disagreement from Mom or from Dad. "I'm sorry," said Daisy, "that our dinner was so dismal. I guess I better get the Pepto-Bismol." The family left the table without clearing a plate. With a toilet, each family member had a date. They didn't feel like eating another meal. Maybe in the morning, much better they'd feel.
We'll give you another chance later.
Yes, I'm sitting. Boom. Yeah. I'm gonna move over here.
Yeah.
How about I move over here?
How about it?
Because this one is hard to.
Skip past the cord. Maybe I should turn that way.
Yeah, if you could swing your chair up. There you go.
Rock and roll.
Okay, this is going to pick up.
Is this gonna pick up okay? You think? Is that coming through? We'll start out. Howdy. Howdy. No. Howdy.
Howdy!
Right. I like it. Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River. Life is old there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, going like a breeze. The country roads take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home. Country roads, all my memories gather round her. Miner's lady, stranger to blue waters, dark and dusty, painted on the sky, misty taste moonshine, a teardrop in my the country road. Take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home. Country roads, I hear her voice in the morning now, she calls me. Radio reminds me of my home far away. Driving down the road, I get a feeling that I should have been home yesterday. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home. Country road, I hear her voice in the morning now, she calls me. Radio reminds me of my home far away. Driving down the road, I get a feeling that I should have been home yesterday. Country roads, take me home.
take me home down country road. Well, thank you very much. Those mics are cool.
I know.
How come we didn't use those before?
I don't know.
Well, it only cost $20,000 a piece, so.
Well, and they've been sitting in our den, and I thought,
No, they're
"Geez,
great.
we can just pick up everybody with these.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
And it's
Thank you very much.
and you can hear it out there. What's wonderful is when you know that it's sounding because you came in singing, so she could sing, so she could hear it outside.
Yeah, no, they're cool. They're good.
That's
I
how
was
I-
kidding, they don't cost $20K each.
That's how I know it's working.
42.
But what song were they singing?
We don't know, we just know the key. We don't deal in small states.
I got to see Mount Rushmore as a child, but we never went to the back side of Mount Rushmore. Are those guys wearing pants?
Pants. No, they're only dressed from the waist up.
When it comes to ballroom dancing, once you've learned it, there's 3 levels. There's novice, intermediate, and advanced. This is titled Future Novice. With her hand reaching out, said, "This is your chance. For 3 minutes with me, you will have to dance." Is it my feelings? I'll take them out.
You don't have to be so close to it.
Okay,
That's good.
all right. With her hand reaching out, said, "This is your chance. For 3 minutes with me, you will have to dance." She put on some music that had a good beat, but I need it slower. It's too fast for my feet. She said, "Move closer, and you won't have to move fast. And with the right moves, this moment will last." So I moved in real close with my mouth to her ear. I whispered, "I'm ready." She said, "So am I, dear." She said, "Let's get started with a bump and a grind." I answered, "Oh boy, you don't waste any time." She said, "In 3 minutes, there's no time for a dinner, and that's long enough when you're with a beginner." My feet are still awkward, my hands grip too tight, but I'm back here again until I get this right. Thank you.
Okay, Bob. What do you want to say? I'm not gonna use it at all. I'm not gonna use it at all. This is a poem I wrote 17 years ago. And unfortunately, it's still very relevant today. It's based on the Old Testament story of Abraham and Isaac. And Abraham wrapped his robe about him, placed his sandals on his feet, took his staff in his hand, and started off down the path to the place of which God had told him. A young man rises early one cool morning, washes himself and says the prayers, stuffs bricks of explosives inside his down vest, takes a detonator in hand, and walks off toward the border checkpoint. And Isaac said to his father Abraham, "I see the wood and the fire, but where is the lamb for our sacrifice?" A pretty young girl with a smiling face, her spirit fierce as the desert sun, puts on a girdle of dynamite sticks, wraps colored wires about her like an embroidered shawl, and stands waiting for a crowded bus. And Abraham stretched forth his hand and took the knife to slay his son. An aged man goes every day to the local mosque to teach the children how bombs are made, how a timer is set, how a charge is wired, how a grenade is launched, how a machine gun fired, who to hate and who to kill, and why the cause is worth the dying. But the angel of God called out to Abraham, and Abraham responded, "Here am I. Do not lay your hand on Isaac your son, for I can see that your faith is strong. I will make of you a great nation, and through you all the world shall be blessed." And God calls us too from beyond the centuries. Do not kill your children to prove your faith in me. Do not take away the lives I've given you. Use your time on earth for nurturing, creating, and growing. Hearken to my voice.
Rob.
Yeah. It's a song name is Hallelujah. Native American flute with A minor. A minor.
He'll pick you up.
Okay. And if you stand back, it's better.
It's better than, okay.
That's good.
Okay, this is an F. You've asked me to try.
I put it Mexico.
This is a song written by Jim Page. And he wrote this for a friend whose wife had passed away, and it's called Holes in the Air. And we're lucky because we're going to California Auto Art Gathering in a few weeks, and Jim Page is going to be there, so we're going to get to see him and hear him in person. So this is a pretty neat song. Yeah. There's a hole in the air where the wind blows through. There's a hole in the air and it looks like you. Nobody knows where you go when you go way out there. Oh, way out there. There's a hole in the air. She had a good life. She was the pride of her hometown. Her dreams came true as dreams will do when they don't let you down. She had a true love, as true as love will be. Life love, their life and lives were intertwined for all the world to see. There's a hole in the air where the wind blows through. There's a hole in the air, it looks like you. Nobody knows where you go when you go way out there. Go way out there, through a hole in the air. And there were times when they were timeless then. And the seasons passed through a window glass. They became best friends, and the planets roamed around a great revolving wheel. Circumference of that kind of love is something to reveal. There's a hole in the air where the wind blows through. Hole in the air and it looks like you. Nobody knows where you go when you go way out there. Go way out there. Hole in the air. And if I was a raindrop and I fell into the sea, you'd know where I had gone, but you never would find me. And we danced to celebrate, we sing to tell a tale, remembering all the things we bring along the crooked trail, stumbling through it. We are necessary things, the diamonds, the tears, they all look like jewels. There's a hole in the air where the wind blows through. There's a hole in the air, it looks like you. Nobody knows where you go when you go way out there. Go way out there, through a hole in the air. Go way out there, through a hole in the air.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, for Eddie,
We'll switch. We'll switch.
Ian, you're all right. No matter what they say about you, you're all right.
Security, we got a live one here. Okay.
We'll say something nice about you, should we think?
Let's see here. Oh, this, yeah, I can hear myself good with that, Barbara.
Oh, I know, I knew you would.
All right, let's see.
You don't have to be on top of it.
I don't have to be on top of it. Yeah, I can hear myself good. Ah, that's cool. Let's set this out here. All right, okay, let's see.
Can everybody hear me out there? Okay, I can hear myself good up here, so that's good. Let's see, Ian and I are thinking about starting a new act together. We'll have to work on it. We haven't really got it worked out yet, but we're planning on doing something. Well, I think I'll try this. This isn't really a sing-along kind of, or play-along kind of a song, but I'll do, since we're doing poetry down here. When you write songs, all of your songwriting comes out of some place that leads you into a place where you write songs. And pretty much the place that I came out of in terms of all the songs that I write are out of these old cowboy songs. And so I'll try this little poem. This is a poem by Gail Gardner. Gail was born and died in the same house up in Prescott. And this song is called Tying a Knot in the Devil's Tail. And it's probably the most famous of all of the cowboy poems, the historical cowboy poems. And there was a cowboy up in Prescott, around Prescott, named Billy Simone, that actually then put a little tune that goes along with it. So I'll do my little interpretation of it. Now Gail, I had a chance to hear Gail actually do this a couple of times. Gail had a black patch over one of his eyes, and I had a chance to hear him recite this a couple times when I came back to Arizona. And he would get upset if you didn't do it exactly the way he did it. But it's a poem that's kind of wandered all over the West, and different people have done their own versions of it. So this is my version of it. Let's see. It's basically a poem that was turned into a little song about two cowboys up there in the Sierra Prieta Mountains out branding cattle. And they head down to Whiskey Row. Now down to Whiskey Row, most of you have probably been up to Prescott on Whiskey Row there. Back in the cowboy days, there used to be, there at the Palace Bar, all the way down to the Depot House, there used to be bars on one side of the street and then on the other side of the street. And so these cowboys would come into town, and then they'd, spend time on one side of the street drinking and then come back up the other side. And so these two cowboys, Buster Jiggs, that's Gail Gardner, and then Sandy Bob was, I'm not sure if he was Marty Robbins' grandfather or Marty Robbins' great uncle, but he was somehow related to Marty Robbins. But anyway, so this is a little poem that Gail did, and since I don't really do it all the time, I might have to just talk in between if I forget a verse and tell you the story of what happened. So. Well, away high up in the Sierra Peaks, the yeller pines grow tall. Old Sandy Bob and Buster Jiggs had a road here camp last fall. They took them along a branding iron and maybe a dog or two, and they swear they'd brand every long-eared cow that come within their view. Well, one fine day, says Buster Jiggs, he lays his seagull down. I'm tired of cow biography, and allow I'm going to town. Many a long-eared doggy that didn't hush up by day got his old hide scorched in his ears with the most artistic way. I got these verses kind of turned backwards, so I'll go do the right verse now. Well, one fine day, says Buster Jiggs, he lays his seagull down. I'm tired of cow biography, and allow I'm going to town. Well, he saddles up and he hits him a lope where it ain't no side of a ride. And those are the days when an old cowboy could oil up his old insides. Well, he starts them out at Kentucky Bar on the head of Whiskey Row. And they end them up at the Depot House, some 40-odd drinks below. Sets them up and they turns them around and they goes the other way. And to tell you the ba-da-da-da-da, those boys got drunk that day. Sets them up and they turns them around, they goes the other way. And to tell you the godforsaken truth, those boys got drunk that day. Was a heading back to camp, packing a pretty good load. Now who should they meet but the devil himself come marching up the road. Devil said, you cowboy skunks, you better go hunt your hole. I just come in from hell's rim fire to gather in your soul. Said Buster Jiggs, just from town, feeling kinda tight. There ain't no devil gonna get our soul without some kind of fight. So he takes out his old throw rope and slings her straight and true. Gets the devil right around the horns and he makes his dally through. Now Sandy Bob is a Rieta man with his rope all coiled up neat. So he builds him out and he gets him a loop and he gets the devil's hind feet. Throws him down on the desert ground with the iron, it's getting hot. They shallow cropped and forked his ears and branded him up a lot. Pruned him up with a dehorned saw and knotted his tail for a joke. Rode off and left him bellering there, tied up to a lilac jackal. So if you ever travel in the Sierra Peaks and you hear one awful wail, you'll know it's nothing but the devil himself raising hell about the knots in his tail.
So I have a Arizona poem for you. It's called Rain God. The people begged the rain god. They showered him with pleas, but the rain god didn't listen. He just ignored their needs. The people, they were thoughtless. Their water they didn't conserve. What wasn't polluted was wasted. They held none for reserve. All living plants had wilted. The fields were becoming dust. Out there bones lie bleached, and metals were becoming rust. The people were like children, all crying for their thirst. Each wanted just a sip. Each wanted to be first. Again they begged the rain god, again with crying pleas. This time the rain god listened. I'll make this crying cease. The rain god became angered. His temper began to rise. The clouds were black with fury. Lightning flashed across the skies. The thunder kept booming louder. The breeze worked up a gale. The rain was falling harder, and with it came the hail. The people ran for shelter. Those who didn't make it died. The living watched in horror while the dead were washed aside. The people begged the rain god and cried for this to cease. The rain god then showed mercy and answered all their pleas. The wind and rain soon halted. The water sought lower ground. The people looked for lost ones, but most never to be found. The people then were thankful and dropped down on their knees. The rain god was merciful. He would take care of their needs. The year, it doesn't matter, for it happened in the past. Some made it through the first time. The next may be our last. Arizona.
Arizona. You made that up? Okay, hey, I'm gonna do a poem. I have to read it. This is not mine. This was written by Charles J. Trower Jr. Can you hear it? This is called Your Tomorrow is Today. And I've had this on my bulletin board for over 60 years since I heard him recite it. Did you ever make a promise? Did you ever vow a vow that tomorrow you'd do better, but you couldn't do it now? And when the morning dawned upon you and you felt the same old way, did a voice within you whisper, your tomorrow is today? You would write that promise letter, you'd pay the debts you owe. You'd perform 1,000 duties you should have done long ago. But procrastination holds you, steals your precious time away, and you're just as undecided when tomorrow is today. Waiting, hoping of the morn that some good fortune may be yours, your neglected present changes into service that endures. There's no promise for tomorrow. Grasp your chances while you may, for they'll soon be gone forever. Your tomorrow is today. Charles J. Trower Jr. He was a master sergeant where I was stationed in Grand Island, New York, 64 years ago. I think he's long gone, of course. I like that. Thank you. Okay, Igor, are you ready? Are you ready to do something, Igor?
You looking for an adventure? Changing in the guard. I'll leave you in good base hands. Just like you're planning it all out, just like this.
Your turn. You don't want to do anything yet? Hey, we'll get Robert up.
We'll get it.
You can sing along, I'll start with the chorus. Oh, not that. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Okay, this is sing along. You can go ahead and sing along, and I'm going to start with the chorus. That's a sing along part. It's in G George.
G George.
Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. The Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Now, if I could, I surely would stand on the rock where Moses stood. The Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Everybody now. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. The Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. I wonder what Satan's grumbling about. Chained into hell and can't get out. The Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Everybody now. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. The Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Now Moses stood on the Red Sea shore, whacking the water with a 2x4. The Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Everybody now. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. The Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. God gave Noah the rainbow sign. No more water, but fire next time. The Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Everybody. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. The Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Everybody. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. The Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Now, brothers and sisters, don't you cry. There'll be better times by and by. The Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Last chance now. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. The Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Oh, Mary, don't you weep.
All right. Let's take a trip to Kansas City here. Oh, I'm sorry, key of E. I'm going down to Kansas City. Kansas City, here I come. I'm going down to Kansas City. Kansas City, here I come. They got some crazy little women there, and I'm gonna get me one. Well, I'll be standing on the corner. Well, sweet and fine, I'll be standing on the corner. Well, sweet and fine, with my Kansas City baby and my bottle of Kansas City wine. Oh, what you know, y'all. Well, I might take a train, I might take a plane, but if I have to walk, I'm going just the same. I'm going down to Kansas City. Kansas City, here I come. They got some crazy little women there, and I'm gonna get me one. Oh, but you know, yeah. Well, if I don't leave this woman now, she's gonna drive me out of my mind. And that's the reason why I'm going down to Kansas City. Kansas City, here I come. They got some crazy little women there, and I'm gonna get me one. They got some crazy little women, and I'm gonna get me one. Or two or three. Thank you.
Okay.
I don't know how many of you remember years ago that there was a ship that crashed and spilled oil all over the Gulf or whatever it was, and all over washed up on the land, and the birds were having trouble with their wings. They couldn't fly because their wings were all covered with oil. This poem is entitled, "That's Oil." There she was, wings fluttering, legs tottering uneasily, trying desperately to mount an embankment. Black, dirty sludge covered her wings, clung to her legs, impaired the vision in her burning eyes. Finally, she used her beak as a crutch to help her mount the embankment. Frantically, she preened. She shook and shook her wings, but the oil could not be shaken off. Exhausted, she lay down on the black sand, and the sticky oil became more cumbersome. Unable now to move at all, she lay still, resigning herself to her fate. Slowly, she suffocated there as the sludge took her strength, her will, and her life.
That's a tough one to follow. Okay. I'm going to do Ring of Fire in C. Oh, back? Okay. Oh, good, okay. Love is a burning thing, and it makes a fiery ring. Bound by wild desire, I fell into a ring of fire. I fell fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher, and it burns, burns, burns. That ring of fire, that ring of fire. The taste of love is sweet when hearts like ours meet. I fell for you like a child. Whoa, when the fire went wild. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher, and it burns, burns, burns. That ring of fire, that ring of fire, that ring of fire. Thank you.
Okay, St. Anne's Reel in the key of D. You want to play with me?
Key D dog.
To play with me? Sure. Key of D. It's called, what did we say?
St. Anne's.
St. Anne's Reel. And Barbara's going to join me. Key of
I
D.
was going to bring the words to this song, and I
Oh,
did.
really? I didn't know there were words to
Yeah.
it.
Oh, yeah.
Make some up.
There's a ballad of St. Anne's Reel by David Mallet.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Another time.
yeah.
Next week.
Okay,
Next
all
week.
right. Ready?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Barbara.
Ken, you got another poem for us?
Song 35 years ago. Oh, that's good.
This poem is called Slug Feast, and it's a user manual for cooking and eating slugs. I know everybody likes them. What's the best way to serve slugs? Plain or with French fried bugs? Cooked with brandy or with wine, chopped in cubes or chopped real fine. Served with liver or with steak, in a slug pie or slug cake. Served rare or quite well done, on a roll or on a bun. On biscuits or on toast, in a slug loaf or a roast. In a chimney or a slug puff, and a salad, had enough? one plate or on a plate or on a platter with slugs, it really doesn't matter. That cute ending was for you.
Oh,
Okay, Harry.
Slugs. A specialty.
Hey, Eric, did you do one about worms?
Shellfish.
Worms? That's all, I mean, we got slugs, maybe, should have some worms.
No, I don't. Thank you. I wrote Rain God in the early 70s. It had been brewing in me, and it was something I had to get out. And it's something that I haven't shared with an audience because I wasn't sure how it'd be taken. And I want to thank Barb for having more courage than me to share that poem. So thank you, Barb. Wow. I guess I'll do On My Way to Nashville. I'm on my way to Nashville, going north on 17, to meet a former girlfriend many years I haven't seen. I hope she still is pretty, and she thinks I'm okay. I'm on my way to Nashville. Luck be mine today. Now I'm east on 40. Will be for 3 long days. It's 1,800 miles to relive those younger days. The times, they are a-changin', and you will surely see. It's good to relive the past, but again, will never be. I'm pulling in her driveway. The house could use repair. There's a face behind a window. She's still a lady fair. She greets me at the doorway. Dementia is my guess. She remembered to wear her apron, but forgot to wear her dress. Now I'm west on 40. Will be for 3 long days. It's 1,800 miles. Goodbye those younger days. Thank you.
Okay, Bob.
Now, something really different. Yes, yeah. This one's only 8 years old, and I want to thank Midori Hall, who inspired this. It's a story about what's native to where. It often depends on when you ask. The Paiute Indians farmed this land long before the white man came. The Spanish called it manzanar, the apple orchard. Strange, the apple tree is not native, transplanted here by European settlers, yet American as apple pie. In 1861, the U.S. Army drove the Indians from this valley along their Trail of Tears to Fort Tejon in California. Cattle ranchers replaced the Indian farmers, and in 1910, the town of Manzanar was founded. Orchards were planted, flowers grew, and the land was fertile. By 1929, the water had left this place, pumped away to thirsty Los Angeles. The orchards and the farms turned to vacant dirt. Towns and ranchers all disappeared. Meanwhile, far across the sea, sakura, the cherry blossoms, symbol of ancient Japan, were not native to the home islands, but imported from the snowy Himalayas. The oka, another kind of cherry blossom, a suicide weapon, born of desperation, grew for a time in the same soil. In 1942, a new crop grew in Manzanar, not apple trees, but concrete and barbed wire. 10,000 Americans were forced to live here because they were not native, to ensure hardship and shame for the crime of being transplanted. We won the war in 1945. The people of Europe were free again. The concentration camps were liberated. Manzanar was closed, and its inhabitants were forced to go their own way. The barbed wire rusted, the concrete crumbled, and the land was vacant again. So we must remember always Treblinka and Babi Yar, Auschwitz and Manzanar. We are all transplants, nomads and mixtures. Who is native to a certain place depends mostly on when you ask.
to fit the Battle of Jericho, I'll recite the verses, and all of you sing along with me on the chorus. And the Lord done told old Joshua, you must do what I say. March around the city 7 times, and the walls will tumble away. The middle of Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. That was the middle of Jericho. Walls came tumbling down. Good morning, Sister Mary. Good morning, Mother John. Let me tell you a story about Joshua and the battle at Joshua. Joshua at the battle of Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. Joshua at the battle of Jericho, and the walls came tumbling down. Talk about your men of Gideon, talk about your men of Saul. None like good old Joshua in the battle of Jericho. Joshua at the battle of Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. Joshua at the battle of Jericho, and the walls came tumbling down. Now the ravens and sheepdogs begin to blow. Clarinets sound trouble. Still the days will give mighty shout as the walls keep tumbling down. Songs from the battle of Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. That's what the battle of Jericho, and the walls came tumbling down. On the heart. Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. That's what the battle of Jericho, and the walls came tumbling down. Battle of Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. That's what the battle of Jericho, and the walls came tumbling down. Take it out, hold. That's what the battle of Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. That's what the battle of Jericho, and the walls came tumbling down.
Where we at? Oh, Rob. Here, you want a chair? Then we get Linda.
Okay.
I'm gonna sing, but everybody wants to play can play. It's in D. D.
Delta.
This is, I'll tell you a little about it. This is called Sammy's Bar. It's a song written about Malta by Cyril Tawney. Cyril Tawney is known also for Great Funnel Wine, which is a big one of his. And apparently in Malta, everybody got around. It was a big military base in the war, and sort of carried over into the 50s when a lot of people stayed there. Expats, were there, and it exists. Like it's a popular place. It's a lot of people live in. A lot of expats live in Malta, even today. But the best way to get around in Malta is by water taxi, and they're called a dizo. So that comes in, and it stops running kind of late at night, and everybody is on alert. Hey, the last boats are leaving, this kind of thing. So when you've got, when it's time for the last boats to be leaving. This is a song about a man who's sad because his wife, his real love as opposed to true love. Cyril Tawney was very, specific about this, had to be a real love, and the best way to woo and win a woman's heart is to have a Yankee car. And the Yankee car was specific because it was like a big old limousine, and very impressive. Nobody could afford to own one, but you could rent one, for a week or two at a time. And this is how you would impress your girl. So this is Sammy's Bar. And can I have D? Okay. I went down to Sammy's Bar. Hey, the last boats are leaving by the shores of Pieta, all away the Dizo. And my real love, she was there. Hey, the last boats are leaving. She had sand all in her hair, all away the Dizo. How did sand get in your hair? Hey, the last boats are leaving. Darling Johnny put it there, all away the Dizo. He's a better man by far. Hey, the last boats are leaving, 'cause he drives the Yankee car, all away the Dizo. 14 days I drank no wine. Hey, the last boats are leaving, saving for that love of mine, all away the Dizo. Then one day in Paula Square, hey, the last boats are leaving. At a paper I did stare, all away the Dizo. Johnny tried a hairpin bend. Hey, the last boats are leaving. For my love, it was the end, all away the Dizo. I'm going back to Sammy's Bar. Hey, the last boats are leaving. I don't need no Yankee car, all away the Dizo.
No, it's no good. That better. Okay.
Do another one.
I just testing.
Do, yeah, do another song. Do another song.
Okay. How about, this is a recorder instrument, and I'm gonna play Ukrainian folk music. I am from Europe. I like Ukraine. Okay. Oh, it's a, what called? It's A minor.
A minor. Ukrainian folk song.
Yeah. Oh, something wrong with that. I'm sorry. one second.
Now you have to say overs. You have to
I
say
try.
overs.
Oh, it's better.
I tried, Lonnie. Okay, Lon Austin. Here's a chair right here, Lon. Get you all set up.
Right here, cowboy.
All right, okay, let's see here. Okay, let's see.
Not too close to the banjo.
Move away from the banjo, move away from the banjo. Let's see. All right, let's see here. That little poem that Bob did reminds me of this little song. I'll see if I can, since I'm not rehearsing any of these things, anything might happen here, but that little poem that Bob read reminded me of this little song that I wrote one time. Dale Gibson one time had given me some words. Well, he gave me some words and this idea about writing a science fiction song called Uncle Neon. And so I never could really quite get anything going with Uncle Neon, but this little song kind of came out of that. So, my Uncle Leon, folks called him a peon when he hitchhiked up from Guaymas, Mexico. He swam across the border down near Laredo, and he married my mama's sister Flo. And he works on old cars out in his backyard. He taught me everything that I know about doing what's right, of leading your life in a way that God knows that you know. Aunt Flo came from Poland on a ship across the ocean one day when she was a girl. Now she makes the best tacos down in South Texas, the most anybody I know. And he works on old cars cars out in his backyard and taught me everything that I know about doing what's right and of leading your life in a way that God knows that you know. Aunt Flo and Uncle Leon sat out on their porch swing in the street down in San Antonio, a laughing and talking and a singing and a drinking in the shades of the old Alamo. And he works on old cars out in his backyard and taught me everything that I know about doing what's right and of leading your life in a way that God knows that you know. My Uncle Leon, folks called him a peon when he hitchhiked up from Guaymas, Mexico. He swam across the border down near Laredo, and he married my mama's sister Flo. And he works on old cars out in his backyard and taught me everything that I know about doing what's right and of leading your life in a way that God knows that you know. Bring us home, Bill. Thank you for listening. I just learned something new here tonight, so thanks, Bill. I was down over at the old time jam, and so Bruce over there, this great fiddler, was telling me sometimes I have a hard time knowing who's going to play. If there's two different melodies going on in these songs, I don't know who does the break, which one they play, whether they do the verse or the chorus. And so Bruce was telling me, he said, well, what you count on is that the person will do the verse and then the chorus. And so I just realized I let Bill try that, and it seemed to work out. So thank you, Bill, for my next lesson down here at the Beaded Lizard.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, I was going to do other one of Harry's poems, but instead I'll do another one of Harry's poems. I need my glasses. Sorry I have to read these. I didn't have enough time to memorize these, but I did read them through. Okay. It's called My Ranger Friend. I see the horses tethered. The fire is burning down. I'm lying on my sleeping bag, watching stars from all around. The Arizona Ranger is a longtime friend of mine, but he also likes to play a joke. So he sent me on this crime. This mission has me baffled. I know something isn't right. Maybe I'm just too tired, but I can't sleep tonight. The horse is resting easy. The fire is long since gone, and in a few more hours, I'll see another dawn. I see the stars are fading. I've been awake all night. I've been thinking on this crime, but something's just not right. Dad burn, I finally got it. All of this thinking I've just spent, I now know what the crime is. The Ranger stole the tent.
Dottie, you said you had 3 poems. I didn't get your third one. Do you have any more, Ken?
You did it well.
This one is for all the dog lovers in the crowd.
Dog lovers.
It's called Canine Conversation. What if dogs could talk? What if they could tell us in our own language how they feel about things, what they think about people? The dog looks at you with questioning eyes, a quizzical expression on his face. Is he asking to go out, to take a walk, to relieve himself? Or is he just saying, I love you? Can we cuddle? I'm hungry. Do they understand us? They learn so quickly by our spoken language, the tone of our voice, our facial expressions, our body language. What if we could speak their language? Would there be better understanding? Could we learn what is meant by the different types of barks, the different tones in their whines, their body language? It seems that dogs do all the work to let us know what they mean by different ways of showing us their love and affection in all means of conversation.
Key of D dog.
Easy dog.
This is a sing along. Starting with a chorus. That's the sing along part. You are my sunshine,
My only sunshine, you make me happy. When skies are gray, you'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away.
the other night, as I lay here, I dreamed I held you in my arms. When I awoke, I was mistaken, and I hung my head and I cried. Everybody now. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. I'll always love you and make you happy if you will only say the same. But if you leave me to love another,
This will be in a key of E. Let's take a little trip down to the South Seas, a little calypso here. And I can't hear the guitar.
If you stand.
A little more? How about that?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay, that's.
Yeah. Okay. Get too close to.
Marianne, oh Marianne, oh won't you marry me? We will have a bamboo hut, brandy in the tea. If your fat old mama never will take yes, come for every palm tree and coconut. All day, all night, Marianne, down by the seaside, sifting sand. When we marry, we will have a time you never saw. Little bird fly around, little fish come to her feet. Her heart is love, but I'm the only mortal man that's allowed to kiss my Marianne. Early all night, Marianne, down by the seaside, sifting sand. When we marry, we will have a time you never saw. I will be so happy, I will kiss the mother-in-law. Three children by the dozen running out the bamboo hut. One for every palm tree and coconut. All day, all night, Marianne, down by the seaside, sifting sand. When she walks along the shore, people stop to greet. Little fish fly up, little bird fly around, little fish come to her feet. In her heart is love, but I'm the only mortal man that's allowed to kiss my Marianne. All day, all night, Marianne, down by the seaside, sifting sand. Down by the seaside, sifting sand. Thank you.
Okay, oh, the back some, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna do, yeah, G. And we modulate to A, further on down. This is gonna be King of the Road by Roger Miller. Trailers for sale or rent, rooms to let, 50 cents. No phone, no pool, no pets. I ain't got no cigarettes, but 2 hours of pushing broom buys a 8 by 12 4-bedroom. I'm a man of means, by no means king of the road. Third boxcar, midnight train, destination Bangor, Maine. Old worn out suit and shoes, I don't pay no union dues. I smoke old stogies I have found, short but not too big around. I'm a man of means, by no means king of the road. I know every engineer on every train, all of their children and all of their names, every handout in every town, and every lock that ain't locked when no one's around. I sing trailers for sale or rent, rooms to let, 50 cents. No phone, no pool, no pets. I ain't got no cigarettes, but 2 hours of pushing broom buys a 8 by 12 4-bedroom. I'm a man of means, by no means king of the road. King of the road. Thank you.
Okay, this is called Maiden's Prayer in the key of A.
Key of A.
I will give this a try. I've been working on this. Okay, let's see what we can do. If the bass is really loud, I can't hear. I'm sorry. Can you just a little bit quieter on the bass? Is that all right? That's it. Thank you.
Have one more and then Igor.
Harry, you got a quick poem?
A short one?
Oh, a little longer than that. But we'll do that one more time.
Which one?
The one you just did. No. Do us a poem.
Do the one Barbara just did.
I'm sorry, this went right over you. Went right past.
I guess I'll do, well, a touch of the master's hand is rather short,
Nice.
so I'll do that. Thank you. There's my endorser right there, and agent. Keep showing up. 'Twas battered and scarred, and the auctioneer felt it scarcely worth his while to waste much time on the old violin, but he held it up with a smile. What am I bid for this violin? Who'll start the bidding for me? $1? $2, and you'll make it $3. $3 once, $3 twice, $3 it's gone, but no. From the back of the room, a gray-haired man came forward and picked up the bow. He dusted the body, adjusted the strings, then played a melody, pure and sweet. When the music ceased, the audience applauded, and they all rose to their feet. Now what am I bid for this violin? Who'll start the bidding for me? 1,000? 2,000? And you'll make it 3. 3,000 once, 3,000 twice, 3,000 sold, said the man. The people all cheered. But what changed its worth? It was the touch of the master's hand. Many a person with their life out of tune are battered and scarred within and are auctioned cheap to a thoughtless crowd, much like that old violin. Thank you. Forgot to tell you, Igor, you can play when I'm up.
One of the world's most famous poems, of course, is the Irish benediction, "May the road rise up to meet you." All the versions that I found that were set to music were kind of slow and melancholy, so I came up with something that's a little more brisk. It's in the key of G. Some of you know this already, "May the road rise up to meet you." It's a B7 and an E minor towards the end of the phrases. So everybody join in. Let me recite it first. May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind be at your back. May the sun shine down upon your face, clear away your track. May the rain fall softly on your fields till we meet again. May the road rise up to meet you. God hold you in his hand. May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind be at your back. May the sun shine down upon your face and clear away your track. May the rain fall softly on your fields till we meet again. May the road rise up to meet you and God hold you in his hand. Now Grandma came from Ireland to the USA and brought the song from Ireland and sang it every day. Now that Grandma's left us, does it seem she's gone? When may the road rise up to meet you. May the wind be at your back. May the sun shine down on your face, clear away your track. May the rain fall softly on your fields till we meet again. May the road rise up to meet you, and God hold you in his hand. Could not see the highway, rain came down on me, pulled into a truck stop south of Tennessee, drank a cup of coffee, headed for the door. Waitress hollered out to me words I'd heard before. May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind be at your back. May the sun shine down upon your face, clear away your track. May the rain fall softly on your fields till we meet again. May the road rise up to meet you, and God hold you in his play one bill. You're sitting out in the audience. Come join us up here. Away down south in Dixie, all the world could see, black and white divided, neither one was free. If we take the high road and hold each other's hand, we'll be on that mountain top and see that promised land. May everybody road rise up to meet you. May the wind be at your back. May the sun shine down upon your face and clear away your track. May the road rise until we meet again. May the road rise up to meet you, and God hold you in his hand. Now take this Irish blessing, all of us can share, and pass it down to our kids when we can't be there. If you lose direction and you feel alone, sing this Irish song, help you find your way back home. May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind be at your back. May the sun shine down upon your face and clear away your track. May the run softly on your fields till we meet again. May the road rise up to meet you and God hold you in his hand. May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind be at your back. May the sun shine down on your face, clear away your track. May the rain fall softly on your fields till we meet again. May the road rise up to meet you and God hold you in his hand. May the road rise up to meet you. God hold you in his As the Irish say, may the road rise up to meet you, and may you be in heaven an hour before the devil knows you're gone.
Okay. Well, give a big hand to the jammers tonight and for the poets. Yes. Okay. We are celebrating April National Poetry Month, and next week we'll do the same. We'll have another 2 hours. So, what poems, what songs you couldn't do tonight, we can bring back next week, and we'll do them then. Okay. So until then, go home.